Check, check. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. We're going to give it just a couple minutes for some other senators to show up. But in the meantime, anyone in Senate, anyone in exec, if you would like pizza, there is some up front. Feel free to come and get it. We'll get started in probably about 5 minutes. If you could all find your way to your seats, we'll get started in just a minute. All right, I call this meeting to order at 7:08 p.m. The University of Central Florida respectfully acknowledges that it is located on the traditional lands of the Ice, Appalachee, Calusa, Timucua, and Tocobago tribes, as well as the Seminole Tribe of Florida and the Miccosukee Tribe of Indians of Florida. Roll call and verification of quorum. Chair Gaudio.
Hagenbook.
Present.
Reed. Olivia Smith.
Present.
Casimiro.
Present.
Capanos. Wacker.
Present.
Jane. Sherman.
Present.
Danae Smith. Belulehi.
Present.
Present.
Gentile. Greg.
Present.
Kaufman. Licht. McNulty.
Present.
Miller. Patel.
Present.
Rashid. Rubio. Thompson.
Present.
Elha. Kanuja. Krynova. Hader. Leokal.
Present.
Phillips.
Present.
Legros. Beauvais.
Present.
Montañez. Wynn.
Present.
Habgood.
Present.
Perez.
Present.
Barrios.
I'm here.
Grosso.
Present.
Jones.
Present.
Matthews.
Present.
McRae.
Present.
Nurse-Madevra. Renda.
Present.
Sharif.
Present.
Simmons.
Present.
Vieira.
Present.
Zivin. Koloss. 37 out of... We do have quorum. I have to pull the
Thank
exact
you.
number.
Approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve last meeting's minutes? And is there a motion to approve today's agenda? And are there any objections? Seeing none, open forum, we have Dr. Frame.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I'm Dr. Adrienne Frame. I'm the Vice President for Student Success and Wellbeing. It is my absolute joy and pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Speaker, and for your time. And the Pro Tem, I don't know that he's here right now, but so grateful to have Speaker Sherman, Pro Tem Kaufman leading this year and helping us through everything that we are going to do in Senate. Thank you for being willing to do this work, for taking your time on your Thursdays, for coming together, for helping us lead this awesome community forward. Students are here. The amount of participation that we have had in Pegasus Palooza is off the chain amazing. We had 5,000 students at the nighting. We had 5,000 students here, even more than that. I think we were closer to 7 over the course of the time for the nighting. For the opening night event. We had 2,000 students that were at comedy, even though it was pouring rain, torrential downpour the other night. Students are showing up. They're here. We had 800 women register for sorority recruitment, which was the highest number we've had since COVID. We have over 400 men registered for fraternity IFC recruitment that starts tomorrow. And so students are here. They are showing up. They want to be involved. They want to be connected. And that is an incredible thing for our community and really shows our strength. Please, please, please welcome students. An awful lot of people are walking around down in their phones and looking, running into each other, etc. Let's see if we can find a way to lift up our faces when we're walking across campus. I'd really like to challenge each of you. Would you please introduce yourself to at least one new person a day? Help them understand, hey, who are you? What are you doing? How are you connected? How can we connect you better? Can we get you connected to an organization? What are you most excited about this semester? Just start conversation. If you look at some of the things that are happening online, loneliness is a real thing around here right now. There are some students that are watching you all who have been here, who are connected, who have people, and they don't know how to break into those conversations. Think about opening your circles, thinking about inviting people to join you. It would be really, really helpful to our community to help grow it, particularly at this time when people are really looking for a place to belong, connect, and make meaning. The Pegasus Ballroom is under construction and development. We've seen the fence, and the fence is up. We will get that back in late May of 2027, and it will be quite the transformation. Absolutely beautiful. Couple of things. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Let's do that again because I need it. Inhale. Exhale. You've heard me say this stuff before. You are senators, and I want you to bring yourself to the role. I want you to bring the things you're good at, not the senator that you sit next to, and not the one that you took for whatever reason or won in your election. While I want you to bring yourself, because I want the role to come through the person and the human that you are. You are uniquely equipped to do the role that you're in right now. Well, I want you to bring yourself to the role. I want you to want to remind you, you don't actually represent yourself in the role. You represent the constituency that elected you to the seat that you sit in. How do you know what they think? How do you know what they need? How are you connecting with them and getting a sense of where your vote should sit, the questions you should ask in this space, the things that they're important to them? How are you connected to that, and what are your strategies to stay aware of that? It's not about what you think. It's about what they think. Relationships. This campus is built on relationships. I recognize fully that I don't get to be in this space unless I am invited to come, and I'm grateful that we lead together. That is the thing that defines this community differently. When I talk to my vice presidential colleagues at other institutions, both in the Big 12 and in the state, it is those relationships that are fundamentally different and that I'm incredibly grateful for. We lead together. Me being here today is the best thing on my calendar. You've heard me say that to you before. Chances to be in community with you, to hear what's concerned you, to help you build bridges to the things you most want to do. That's the goal that we have. Microphones. We must always use a microphone. If there's a microphone in a room, as a leader, I don't care what room you're in. I have a really big voice and I can project and I don't need a microphone. If there is a microphone in the room as a leader, you always use it. You do not know who in the room may have a hearing issue or concern. Use the mic, never a problem. Always true. The quality of your Senate service is not judged by how much legislation you personally create or develop. It's about the dialogue and the discourse and the decorum of this chamber. What an honor to serve. What an honor to be selected to represent the constituency that you do. We can disagree all day with each other, but we do not have to be disagreeable in that process. We'll have differences of opinion, we'll have questions, we'll have dialogue, and I really hope that the civil discourse in here is uplifting and positive because we are all mutually interested in the perpetuation of the success of each other. How do we do that together? How do we lead? Learn before you legislate. If you are about to put forward some legislation and you haven't talked to the office or entity that does the thing, sometimes when you put stuff forward, I read and go, We already do that. 6 different ways. Did they act? Anybody? We are here to help. So as you look to put things together, as you look to put legislation together, Ashley, Amanda, Shane, me, we're all here to help and connect you with the right people that can help strengthen that legislation, identify what may be missing, and uplift that piece so that it can be really, really helpful and, quite frankly, sustained beyond your own service and beyond your own time here at ECF. The goal is for you to beam in your role. Belonging, engaging, achieving, and meaning. You've heard me talk about BEAM a million times. How are we fostering that in this chamber? How are we fostering that in each other? And how are we fostering that outside when we leave here? The people and students are beaming all the time in their time here. And if they're not, if they're experiencing a problem in their sense of belonging, engaging, achieving, and meaning, that they know that there are people out there, there are resources and help out there to assist. The Center for Student Care and Advocacy is now together in Trevor Colburn Hall on the 2nd floor. The Student of Concern form gets to those resources. Please, if you see a student, if you yourself, if a friend are struggling in any way, please send that Student of Concern form in so that we can get them services as quickly as possible. We're here to help and we're here to support. Breathe. Last minute items. Eat, sleep, go to class, drink something. Water would be good. If you need to put one of those crystal lights in, I do. That's fine. If it makes you drink more water, I'm all for it. Move something. Even if it really hurts, which my ankle really does today. Carry an umbrella everywhere, all the time. The number of students who say to me, Dr. Frame, my umbrella is in the car, and there is a torrential downpour at 4 o'clock. I feel bad for those friends. Let's get an umbrella that will cover us for the torrential downpour that is at 4 o'clock. Let's go to class, and let's also go to office hours before we need it. Let's make sure our professors know who we are, that we're interested in being here, we're interested in the content that they're sharing, and we're ready to do super, super well. And let's take some time in the quiet moments to identify the things that are giving us energy here and do more of those, and things that are draining our energy and do less of those. Move toward the things that are bringing you joy, uplifting you, engaging you, challenging you, and connecting you with other people in our community. Again, it is the relationships that set us apart. I'm tremendously grateful to serve alongside you. If there's a way I can be of help at any time, please let me know. Thank you for everything you're going to do for our community. Go Knights! Charge on, everybody.
Thank you very much, Dr. Frame, for your time and for your guidance. Anyone else wishing to speak in open forum? Seeing none. Announcements from the student body president, President Vicario.
Alrighty. Good evening, senators. I hope all of you are having an amazing first week back. This week, I was able to co-host the President's Inaugural Roundtable with President Cartwright. I have also been preparing a presentation for the upcoming BOT meeting in September. Lastly, I will be calling the first scholarship committee meeting tomorrow. And with that, I have some appointments for this evening. Now, I ask you for your patience. I'm not the best with names, but I hereby appoint Kimberly Gamato, Amy Hohalter, Sophia Miranda, and Victoria Arbola as scholarship committee students at large. Furthermore, I hereby appoint Zoe Brown to seat 4 of the College of the Arts and Humanities, Landon Champion to seat 2 of the College of Business, Brenda Naukani to seat 4 of the College of Business, Anastasia Heskin to seat 1 of CCIE, Sophia DeFore to seat 2 of CCIE, Grace Rudy to seat 10, Josh McDonald to seat 13, and Joshua Kirkpatrick to seat 14, all for the College of Engineering and Sciences, Junior Chaj to seat 5, Cindy Von Athel to seat 6, Shaliwa Babateo to seat 7, and Insan Jahan to seat 8, Elena Sita to seat 9, all to the College of Graduate Studies, Gianna S. to seat 2 of the College of Nursing, Annabelle Avila to seat 1 of the College of Sciences, Jesse Miller to seat 14, of the College of Sciences, and lastly, Sophia Parker to seat 15 to the College of Sciences. Congrats to all newly appointed senators. I look forward to working with you all this year. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.
Any questions for the student body president? Eileen Matthews.
Hi, I just wanted to verify there's an executive cabinet appointment for the scholarship meeting tomorrow.
Yes. Are you referring to someone from the executive branch?
Yes.
Yes. Giuseppe Riccobono.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions for the student body president? Seeing none, thank you.
Thank you.
Announcements from the student body vice president, Vice President Jones.
Good evening, Senate. Happy first week back. I hope you all have had a great return back to campus. Yesterday I held the August ASBE meeting and finalizing organizing this year's strategic plan from all the departments. Aside from that, I've been assessing our team as we prepare for Welcome Week next week, and we met today to finalize some details for next week's pep rally as well. I also sat in today on the Faculty Senate steering committee meeting that took place. And I believe the first Faculty Senate meeting is later next month.
Any questions for the student body vice president? Seeing none, thank you. Next, we have Comptroller's report. Comptroller Menke.
Good evening, everybody. Great to see you all. Hope everyone had a great first week back. Just reporting Senate account balances. CRT account balance is $468,991.21, reverting at minus 0.31%. FAO balance is $255,726.35 with no reversions due to the active status of all current allocations. Current operations for me that are top of mind is registering and coordinating the attendees for Big 12 student government conferences, and the finance office will also be finalized come Monday. I'm looking forward to this year. Thanks, everybody.
Any questions for the comptroller? Seeing none, you're doing the Attorney General's report as well?
Yes. Andrea is not able to be here, so good evening, Senate. Hope you're all having a wonderful first week of classes. I apologize for not being able to attend tonight's meeting in person, as I'm currently at moot court practice. Over the break, I attended SCAI trainings alongside members of the judicial branch, led by Emily Shearer, Assistant Director of Student Conduct. I also met with Stephanie Spies, Director of Wellness Education, alongside Chief Justice Hoffner and Safety and Transportation Coordinator Ponto to discuss UCF's medical amnesty policy and opportunities to further promote awareness of the policy among the student body. Additionally, I've been working on reviewing and updating our governing documents to ensure they're clear, accurate, and up to date. If you have any questions or would like to discuss anything further, please do not hesitate to reach out to me via Teams. I hope you all have a great Senate meeting and have a wonderful rest of your week.
Thank you. All right, moving into Cabinet Forum, Safety and Transportation Coordinator, Coordinator Ponto.
Good evening, Senate. I hope you all have had a great first week of classes over the past couple weeks. I've been working closely with UCFPD and Parking and Transportation Services on several initiatives that are hopefully moving forward soon. I also have a couple events coming up. So first, I have Nights on the Move, which will take place on September 8th from 1 to 3 p.m. on the Student Union patio. This event will feature several Parking and Transportation Services partners, and there will be a raffle where students will have the opportunity to win a 150-day student commuter parking permit. Then I have Cookies with a Cop, which will follow on September 17th from 1 to 3 p.m. in the Student Union atrium. So be sure to stop by, grab a free cookie, and take the opportunity to connect with the PD officers. If you have any questions or ideas, please feel free to reach out to me via Teams or email. Thank you.
Any questions for the Safety and Transportation Coordinator? Seeing none, thank you. I apologize. Digital Media Coordinator given by the Safety and Transportation Coordinator.
Good evening, Senators. I apologize for not being there in person. These past couple of weeks, I was working on the video that was shown at the Nighting, as well as a few videos that have gone up, such as the Welcome Back video and the SGLC testimonies. I also edited the voter registration video that will be going up soon, along with a promotional video for the pep rally next week. There's a lot of requests coming in, which is amazing. The Division of Comms loves to see it. That's all from me. Have a great weekend.
All right, thank you. Athletics Coordinator, Coordinator Garcia.
Good evening. I have finished up the final steps in planning the fall pep rally. It will take place in the Student Union Atrium next Wednesday, September 2nd from 1 to 2 p.m. The event will be highlighted by performances from our marching knights and spirit team. Additionally, there will be guest speakers from the athletic teams as well as a limited edition football t-shirt giveaway. Hope to see you all there. This week, I've been in touch with Senator Renda. I have set up a meeting with her as well as a time to sit in on the Women's Caucus. I want to hear any ideas they may have for this upcoming athletics year and share my hopes for women's sports events this year, especially during National Women in Sports Day. I look forward to all that we have to do this year. I've also been monitoring the progress of other events later in this semester, such as Hispanic Heritage Night at a UCF volleyball game on October 9th, Frost Winning on October 29th, and Buddy Ball Bash on November 7th. Keep an eye out for the update on those exciting events soon to come. I'm in the office Mondays through Thursdays, so feel free to stop by with any questions or any ideas you may have for me. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Any questions for the Athletics Coordinator? Seeing none, thank you. Diversity and Inclusion Coordinator, Coordinator Jean-Jacques.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to finally see you all in person. I had the pleasure of assisting with opening night this Sunday, as well as speaking with Dr. Guzman, Dr. Andrews, and Ms. Haley Winston to discuss upcoming diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives for the semester. I also met with the Student Government Black Caucus to discuss potential collaboration and upcoming initiatives, including our Black Business Showcase. I spoke with Michael this morning from the Community Development Center to explore potential collaborations for next semester. And I also confirmed the Student Union reservation for Dear UCF on September 1st, next Tuesday. You guys should come. Awaiting financial approval for the smoothie order for the upcoming Dear UCF event. And I'm also looking for speakers and participants for the Disability Forum in October. Finally, I implore all of you to come speak to me if you have any ideas or concerns, open door policy. I would love to meet all of you individually. And the best way for me to do my job and serve the students on this campus as best I can is through hearing from all of you. So thank you.
Any questions for the Diversity and Inclusion Coordinator? Seeing none, thank you. Announcements from the Chief Justice Hoffner.
Good evening, Senate. I hope you all had an amazing summer. I'm super excited to see you all back in person and have an amazing semester. The judicial branch completed our fall retreat last Sunday, which included many different trainings, including impartial advising training, Robert's Rules, expectations for the year, and more. Additionally, new justices, as well as the Attorney General, took part in Student Conduct Board training during the intercession period, so they'll be able to now sit on student conduct boards for the Office of Student Conduct and Academic Integrity. And then all of our committees have begun meeting and are super excited to get working on new initiatives as well as reoccurring projects. And last week, I participated in orientation for the Admissions and Standards Committee and Faculty Senate and had the opportunity to join my first meeting this past Tuesday. And the Judicial Branch will be hosting our Welcome Week event alongside the Legislative Branch next Tuesday from 12 to 2 p.m. at the Memory Mall flagpole. So please come out, get free cookies, learn more about the Judicial Branch. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Any questions for the Chief Justice? Seeing none, thank you. Announcements from the Supervisor of Elections, Supervisor Callaway.
Hello, everyone. So welcome back, and I hope everyone's first week was phenomenal. I only have a quick update on behalf of EC. Opening night went extremely well, and our commissioners had a great time engaging with students and representing the Election Commission throughout the event. We also held our first general body meeting of the semester yesterday, where we reviewed expectations for the semester. We also heard our commissioners' election theme presentation, so we're hoping to pick a theme very soon, while we're also finalizing some upcoming details. Lastly, our standing committees officially begin meeting at their regular meeting times and projects for the semester, so you'll start to see more programming initiatives from our end soon. But if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.
Any
Thank you.
questions for the Supervisor of Elections? Seeing none, thank you. All right, caucus reports. Caucus Leadership Committee Chair Barrios.
Hello, everyone. The Caucus Leadership Committee will be meeting on Thursdays from 5 to 6 p.m. in room 313 in the Student Union and will be bi-weekly. Unfortunately, I will be stepping down as the Caucus Leadership Committee Chair today as deep family matters have arisen and will not have to be addressed.
Arab Caucus Chair Belalehi.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's first week of class was not too stressful. We are not meeting this week and are finalizing our meeting time for next week. Please consider joining the Arab Caucus. You do not have to be of Arab ancestry to join, and we are devoted to creating a connected community for the RSOs we represent, and with your help, we can be closer to making that happen. If you are interested, please reach out. Thank you.
APIA Caucus Chair Wynn.
Good evening, Senate. I hope everyone have a great first week of class. APIA Caucus will meet bi-weekly on Wednesday at 3, virtually through Team, beginning next week. Please join if you're interested.
Black Caucus Chair Smith. No, Vice Chair Jones.
Hello, Senate. I hope everyone had a great summer. I'm excited to see everyone again. This week, we heard from a faculty member and began planning for the Black Business Showcase, which will be on September 21st from 12 to 4 p.m. We also began planning our initiatives for the rest of the fall and spring semester. If you're interested in joining the caucus, we meet weekly on Mondays from 12 to 1 p.m. in the Student Government Office. Thank you.
LGBTQ plus Caucus Chair Gentile.
Hello, Senate. I hope everyone had a great first week of classes. The LGBTQ plus caucus will have their first meeting this semester on Monday, August 31st at 9:30 a.m. If you're interested in joining, we will meet at this time bi-weekly on Mondays. Have a good weekend.
Military and Veterans Caucus Chair McNulty.
Good evening, Senate. I hope you're enjoying your first week and survived. This past Monday, we had a successful ceremony for the new Military and Veterans Success Center, as I had the honor of doing the ribbon cutting. In regard to the meetings, because of last minute commitments, we're going to push our first caucus meeting to sometime either Tuesday, September 8th or Thursday, September 10th, and that time will be TBD, but there will be more availability being open. I invite everyone to some upcoming events we're supporting, such as the 9/11 Stair Climb Challenge. That's on September 6th, this Sunday, or should not be this Sunday, next Sunday. This will be located at the Bounce House, and we'll start at 8 a.m. with an opening ceremony. There's going to be one side of the stadium for walkers and ruckers, and the other side for the energetic runners. You can participate in any one of those races, or if you want to volunteer for like water stations, you can. I'll be participating with some peers of mine from my local fire department station, as we will plan on doing the ruck in our gear, our bunker gear, like many other nearby departments. And finally, we will have our official 9/11 ceremony in front of Milliken Hall. That will start at 8 a.m. with the Joint Color Guard, National Anthem singer, Air Force ROTC choir. If you have any questions about meetings, the upcoming events, or anything else, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you.
Sustainability Caucus Chair Barrios.
Hello, everyone. The Sustainability Caucus meets weekly in the Student Government Conference Room from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. on Tuesdays. Come to our meetings to see what awesome work we will have going on in the fall. For this week's plan of the week is the swamp milkweed. So a little bit about this. Actually, let me walk it back. So you guys might see like milkweed that you guys see at like a store. Those have orange flowers on it. I think they're orange. It's either orange or red. And those are tropical milkweed. So tropical milkweed is actually very harmful for butterflies like the monarch butterfly because they do not die off in the winter. And those, and an effect of that is that can affect butterfly migration patterns. And I also found out today, actually, that there are some spores released specifically from the tropical milkweed that can cause a lot of damage to butterflies' health. So it's important that if you're gardening or you know somebody who's getting tropical milkweed, you should encourage them to instead get swamp milkweed, which is the native Florida plant that is actually helpful for the monarch butterfly. And yeah, stay tuned for next week's plan of the week.
Women's Caucus Chair Renda.
Hi, everyone. We had our first meeting on Tuesday and we discussed plans for this year. We'll be meeting bi-weekly on Tuesdays at 12:30 p.m. in the SG Conference.
Any questions for the caucuses? Seeing none, announcements from the Senate. Well, okay. Senator Licht.
President voting.
So noted at 7:37 p.m. Pro Tem Coffin.
President voting.
So noted at 7:37 p.m. Announcements from the Senate President. It's great to see you all back in person. And just a reminder now that we are back in person, the dress code for all meetings is business casual. You can always get away with your polo, but just keep that in mind. In terms of next week for Senate, there will be no Senate or Senate exec due to the first football game, so enjoy that day off. For Welcome Week next week, we have several events. The Senate-specific one will be Lemonade with the legislative branch. That's on September 1st from 12 to 2 p.m. If you're interested in helping out at that event, just let me know. And then for our headshots for both you to have and for the website, tentative dates for those will be September 16th and 17th from 4 to 5 p.m. Location is not quite ironed out yet, but I'll be sure to let you guys know when it is. And then just a quick note about the Speakers Initiative Fund. Throughout the semester, there is $4,500 that is available. It is also available if you have any initiatives, either that you're doing, for example, through SBA or just on your own, and you'd like to have funding for them, just let me know. We can talk about it and get you the funding for that. And then just in terms of meeting operations, it makes my life a little bit easier if you all do hand motions, which I believe Ashley spoke about at orientation. But essentially, if you are raising your hand to say something, raise your hand normally. If you are liking to make a motion, as Senator Berrios has done, and I very much appreciate throughout the summer, just make a fist. It lets me know kind of what everybody's feeling if there's hands that primarily want to talk as opposed to move on. And last thing for me, I hereby appoint Darian McNulty to Sergeant at Arms. Any questions for myself? Chair Berrios.
I know we've personally spoken about the Speakers Fund, but do you have like particular guidelines for the Speakers Fund, like as far as like how much of an impact it could have? Like it could depend on like, let's say you had a senator who had, they wanted something specifically for us versus a senator who wanted to do something for the general student body. Is there like a particular guidance you have for decisions like that? Or?
I think inherently I would prefer it to be as external as possible. If the initiative was, for example, jackets for senators, as much as I would love to have a jacket, that's probably not what this fund should be used for. SBA, I think, is a great example. Doing initiatives that are very outward facing and that could potentially be improved through funding, that would be sort of what we're looking for primarily. Any other questions for myself? Seeing none. Internal Legislative Assistant Report, Eileen Matthews.
Hi guys, I hope you had a restful break before fall semester. My office hours are now posted outside of the speaker's office door. I'm here pretty much every single afternoon, so feel free to come by, Teams message me with any questions. Me and the ELA and the speaker created a Senate monthly newsletter. It was just sent out to your guys' email at like 4:30 today. Totally go look at it. It's super nice. And me and the ELA spent so much time working on it. So please go look at it. If you guys have any recommendations, anything you guys want added next month, let us know. Just Teams message us, but please go read that. And then for SGLC, applications close on the 4th. If any of your friends are interested in doing it, please tell them. And then please let me know if they did apply, just so I can double check that for them, as well as the marketing for it. We've had, I think, 3 Instagram posts go up. So if you guys are on Instagram, go like it, share it with your friends, anyone that's interested. And then we have one more going up next week as well. Also, applications do close on the 4th. So this is like crunch time for people to apply. Also, SGLC interviews will be happening September 8th through 10th. If you guys are in the office, you guys see a confused student, they're probably here for the interview. So please just direct them to the conference room. The front desk will also be helping, but just help them. This is their first time for a lot of them getting an interview or coming into the student government office. So they're gonna be a little bit confused. And then lastly, for Senate inventory and tabling materials, if you guys want to use any for any sort of tabling, just message me and the speaker. We'll set it aside for you guys just so I'm able to keep inventory and everything like that. But have a great rest of your week, guys.
Vice Chair Rubio.
President voting.
So noted at 7:41 p.m. Any questions for the ILA? Chair Berrios.
I don't know if this is like too sensitive of a question. It's fine if you can't answer it. But do you know how many SGLC applications there have been so far?
Yeah, I think I checked earlier and it's 59. So definitely a very, very good amount before Welcome Week. But I would like to get the number up, obviously, because we try to take around 75 students. But very good amount, and everyone's applications are amazing so far.
Seeing no further questions, ELA report, Eli Smith.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm so happy to see everybody here in person. Makes me so happy. But yeah, my office hours are also posted. It's majority Tuesdays and Wednesdays is when I'll be here. And I'd love to see you guys to come chat with me. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you more of a detailed walkthrough of the graphics and digital media request system and what it looks like when you guys submit it on my side. So as we talked about last time, it's going to be general Teams channel, comms right at the top, comms hub. There's 4 different links. There's a graphic request form. So if you want a graphic made, so something for like Instagram that's not a video, you're going to hit that. There's also a digital media form. You're going to hit that for a video. If you scroll down, there's 2 links for like our calendar. So once you submit it, you'll be able to see where your graphic or your video is like in the process with comms. And then when you submit anything, you're going to put legislative, even if you are like a caucus chair, still put legislative. So it comes through me for now. We're figuring out a better system for that, but for now. And then I will review it. I will send you a little message, be like approved. And then, yeah, it'll go through the comms process. But if you have any questions about that, I know this is a new system. Please reach out to me. My job is to help you guys with that. So please, please, please reach out. Dean meetings are happening. I sent out emails to all the colleges. Half of them got back to me. And if they did, I should have sent you a poll. I know this is confusing, so walk with me. Sent you a poll for the actual dean meeting in the group chat. So that one is really important. If you can't go to that, you have to let multiple different people know. So make sure you fill that out. And then I sent a Microsoft form for meetings with me. There'll be a pre-dean meeting and a post-dean meeting. Pre is to talk about what initiatives you're bringing, and then post is kind of like a debrief of the meeting and being like, okay, like how do we make this initiative happen? Post-dean meetings are optional. Pre-dean meetings are mandatory. And then I also sent the proposal. You have a lot more time to work on that. So no rush. Sorry, I know this is a lot of information, but yeah. And then, sorry, I lost my train. Okay, yeah. If you want to have a meeting with me at any time, in my email signature, there's a bookings link. Please feel free to just schedule a meeting with me. We can talk about anything, media related, dean related, graphics, any of it. And then just remember to just keep me included in communications with the executive branch, media, all of my the thing I say every week. But yeah, that's all for me. Thank you guys so much.
Any questions for the ELA? Seeing none, Senate President Pro Tempore report. Pro Tem Coffin.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Good to see everyone in person. This past week, I tabled at Lake Nona and opening night and attended the MVSS ribbon cutting, which was very exciting. Now that we're all back in person, try to come to the office. There's some people that were online over the summer. The SG office is your space to work, and even if you don't have any SG work, come to the SG office to be collaborative, talk to people, get to know each other. We really want to try to see how everyone's faces in there. And if you have not gotten your 58th session polo yet, please come see me. If you do come to the office, I have them all in my drawer so that I can check you off. For the fall, the Pro Tem committee reps in FAO and CRT is going to be D-Leg Habgood. In SBA and LJR is going to be Deezer Montanez, and I will be in ENA, ORS, and GAP. And then my office hours, Monday, Wednesdays, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and Tuesday and Thursdays, 12 to 4:30 p.m. So I'm in the office pretty much midday every day. And now, very exciting, for our July Senator of the Month. This senator has shown dedication to helping students while not even being on campus this summer. His dedication for lobbying for students and following through on those actions shows his care for the military students he represents. So we would like to recognize Senator Darian McNulty as the July Senator of the Month. So please come on up here to get your certificate. Congratulations.
Any questions for the Pro Tem? Seeing none, Deputy Pro Tempore of Legislative Affairs report. D-Leg Habgood.
All right. Hi, everybody. Happy first Senate meeting of the fall. My office hours are, I'm not going to read them all out, basically just mid-morning to early afternoon most days. We are having a legislation workshop on September 24th, which is a Thursday, right before Senate, 6 to 6:45-ish. I'm going to be covering legislation, which is going to touch on a lot of the things that Vice President Frame was talking about, like kind of doing our due diligence with legislation and having it be of really good quality and talking to people beforehand, that sort of thing. And also how to kind of read and interpret fiscal legislation to make sure we're passing things accurately. And I might make snacks, so you should come. Also, as a reminder, if you want internal legislation to be submitted or to be remanded on a Thursday, it needs to be submitted to me before Wednesday at 5 p.m. I've been a little bit lenient with that. I don't mind being a little bit lenient with it, but it does make it difficult, especially if I want to give feedback, which I think we all want our legislation to be of tip-top quality. So try to stay within that if you are able to. And that is all for me.
Any questions for the D-Leg? Seeing none, Deputy Pro Tempore of Senate Relations report. Pro Tem Coffin.
Deezer Montanez writes, hey everyone, I apologize I can't be with you today because I'm out of town. I will announce more at our next meeting, but as of right now, just keep in mind that I'm planning events for the semester at this time,
And please remember that our RSO email communication for the fall semester will be announced soon once confirmations are completed. Thanks.
Any questions the Pro Tem can answer? Seeing none, Fiscal Committee report, CRT Committee Chair Jones.
Hello, everyone. In CRT this week, we approved allocations 5868 through 78, 5880, 5882, and 83. We PPI'd allocations 58, 54, 66, and 79, and we postponed allocation 5881. We also saw fiscal bill 5803 and approved it with a vote count of 10 to 0 to 0. Hope everyone had a good break. If you want to join CRT, we meet in the Charter Chamber on Wednesdays at 3:30.
Any questions for the CRT Chair? Seeing none, FAO Committee Chair Phillips.
Hi, everyone. I hope you all have had a great first week of classes. I'm so glad to see you all back. FAO this week, we approved allocations 5805, 5806, and 5807, all with a vote count of 6 to 0 to 0. And then we also postponed allocations 5802, 5803, and 5804. Also, FAO meets in the Charge On Chamber this year on Mondays at 2 p.m. So we would love to have anyone who wants to join. Also, with that being said, if you are an FAO and are not showing up to FAO, please let me know if you do not want to be in committee anymore so I can make those updates just to make sure we're continuing to meet quorum. Thank you guys so much.
Any questions for the FAO Chair? Seeing none, ORS Committee Chair Casimiro.
Glad to see everyone back in person. Some ORS updates. We did not meet this week to give time to get settled in for everybody. We meet 12 p.m. on Thursdays in the SG conference room, in person only, no more online. Yeah, and join ORS.
Any questions for the ORS Chair? Seeing none, fiscal legislation, notice of legislation on first reading. We have Fiscal Bill 5805, Society of National Society of Black Engineers to attend the NSBE National Convention in Atlanta, Georgia from November 13th to the 15th. Senator McRae hereby remand to CRT. And Fiscal Bill 5806 for the Neuroscience Alliance to travel to the Society for Neuroscience Conference in Washington, D.C. from November 14th to the 16th. Senator Barrios, I hereby remand to CRT. And Fiscal Bill 5808, KXR Project Cycle 2026-2027, Senator Gregg, I hereby remand to FAO. Notice of legislation on second reading. Is there a motion for speeches, questioning, and debate? Chair Barrios.
Move for a 10-5-5.
There's been a motion for 10-minute speeches, 5-minute questioning, and 5-minute debate. And a second. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we have Fiscal Bill 5803, Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers to travel to the SHEP National Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana from October 28th to the 31st. Delay Habgood, you have 10 minutes. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Thank you guys for your time. My name is Alejandra Camejo. I'm the incoming president for the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. But as we say, if you're not Hispanic, don't panic. If you're not an engineer, don't fear. Contrary to our name, we actually have opportunities for a wide variety of STEM majors and open opportunities for everyone. Once a year, we are able to meet with other chapters from around the country and almost 200 companies to bring opportunities to our members. I'd love to tell you what our members do at this conference. So we go through multiple days of professional development workshops, networking with industry, learning from people who have been on the other side, and actually reconnecting with UCF alumni at these events. You can see them in the picture. In terms of what we bring back here, we are actually the third most abundant in population when it comes to university. We're known at the national level because of the people that we bring. We also bring back leadership. We expand that UCF network. We share job opportunities with other students, and we enrich student success. They truly get inspired by what it's like to be out in the industry, seeing what the fruits of their labor are, those hard nights studying, those times taking those hard exams for engineering. And they bring back mentors too that continue that inspiration when they come back.
Hi guys, I'm Diego. I'm the treasurer for this year. I'll try to keep it brief because I'm sure you guys are a bit tired. There's three main pillars or sections that we want to talk about: registration, airfare and lodging. And right now, the cost breakdown, the important number is 45,175.84 cents. And we will dive in the next coming slides. So yeah, the first is conference registration. It's pretty simple, $345 for an undergraduate major, and we will bring 60. So 345 times 60 is 20,700. We will not be bringing international students. Next is a Staber Suite, just the lodging. This is a little more complicated, but not really, right? So $159 for a room, plus room tax, which is 17%. Doing the math, 186.03 times 10 rooms times 5 nights is a total of 15,174.34 cents. We'll be requesting 10 rooms because there's 6 people per room. And for airfare, there's important things that we kept in mind. Obviously, the carry-on, the luggage, and the layover. With 60 people, it's not ideal to have a layover. The 3 main candidates were Frontier, Southwest, and American Airlines. Southwest had nonstop flight and had a carry-on. Frontier had no carry-on, and American Airlines had a 3-hour layover. So the obvious choice was Southwest, and it was the most cost-effective choice. At $260.93 cents per person, times 58, plus 2 tour guide or tour conductors, as they call them, is a total of 15,174. And yeah, thank you. Oh, and I did think I said it wrong. For the lodging, it's $9,301. I think I did the math wrong there, but it is right on the slide. So,
All right, thank you. We're now in line for 5 minutes of questioning. Chair Casimiro.
I'm not sure if this was asked in committee, but do you guys have any backups for those people coming?
yeah, obviously we know that you guys can only allocate a certain amount of money. So we do have plans and a bundle enacted just for that.
Just for specification, it essentially falls on the member. Like we take all of the combined amount and we divide it like the leftover after you guys give us if you were to give us the maximum amount, and it's around $450 per person. So compared to the registration loan that's for $345, it saves them like hundreds of dollars.
Vice Chair Sharif.
Could you kind of give a percentage of your club that does go on this trip, like overall?
Yes. So we bring over 200 students and 60 of them are selected for the bundle.
Any further questions? Chair Jones and then Chair Barrios.
Okay, sorry. Do you guys, or do you know when you could have like the finalized lists for like the members that are going, the 60 members that are going? Do you know when that would be?
Yes. So because of the issue with room reservations, we base the points, the bundle based off of like involvement. And since we can't get rooms until around the 3rd week, we do have to extend it till the end of September. So around we announce it the 27th of September. We sit down in a room like the 26th and 6 hours just spent picking out the 60 people.
Chair Barrios.
Hi, thank you guys for coming out today. I apologize if you guys said this and I missed it. But how did you guys select your 60 members to go on this trip?
Yeah, so we consider a few different factors. First is going to be involvement. So obviously how involved they've been in SHEP, just because we want to make sure that the 60 students we bring not only are a good representation of UCF, but a good representation of SHEP and have the best chances for success at the conference. From there, they're required to attend 3 professional development events that would prepare them for conference, one of our general body meetings to make sure that they're informed of what's going on, as well as seeing whether they represent like the pillars of SHEP. Are they someone who's hardworking? Like, are they someone who's doing well in their classes? And making sure that it's a student that's well-rounded and is going to make a good impression of SHEP, but of also UCF at the conference.
Any further questions? Seeing none, we'll move into 5 minutes of debate. Vice Chair Sharif.
I overall will be voting in favor of this. I think that they came in very prepared. They came in with kind of a great presentation, and I'm a really big fan of what you guys are doing.
Vice Chair Wacker.
Yeah, I think I really appreciate the comprehensive cost comparison. You guys seem to put in the hours and the effort to find the lowest price for things, and I think that's great. And then also, I think this is a fantastic opportunity to represent UCF at a conference like this. So I will definitely be voting in favor.
Senator Lush.
Motion to see my amendment.
There has been a motion to see Senator Lush's amendment and a second. Are there any objections? Seeing none, you'll have 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just changing the total contribution on Shep's part to 18,800 to match our Senate contribution, so that if they don't get penalized in ORS for saying or spending like $22,000, which is more than they would technically need.
All right, now I'm questioning on the amendment. Any questions on the amendment? Seeing none, we'll move into debate. D-Lake Havigat.
Yeah, this makes sense. Sorry, y'all. I just so everyone knows now that total is not going to add up to 45,000, obviously, but I was just informed that is okay. So we're good.
If there's no further debate, I will take a motion. Pro Tem Cobb.
Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote and a second. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now in voting procedures on the amendment. And this is the first time you'll be voting on your keypad, so it shows it there. All right, with a vote count of 28-0 to 0, the amendment passes. We're still in debate on the bill as a whole. Vice Chair Simmons.
Motion to see both my amendments as technicals. It's just punctuation and 2 whereas clauses.
They'll be seen as technicals. Any further debate? Senator Leocal.
Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote and a second. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now in voting procedures on Fiscal Bill 5803. All right, with a vote count of 28-0 to 0, Fiscal Bill 5803 passes second reading. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Pro Tem Kaufman.
Move to see Fiscal Bill 5803 on third reading.
There's been a motion to see Fiscal Bill 5803 on third reading and a second. Are there any objections? Seeing none, D-Lake Havigat, you'll have 10 minutes.
It's the same thing, guys. We just are trying to push it through in an expedited manner.
All right, we're now in questioning on Fiscal Bill 5803. Senator Gregg.
Move to debate.
There's a motion to move to debate and a second. Any objections? Seeing none, we're now in debate. Senator Leocal.
Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on Fiscal Bill 5803 on third reading and a second. Any objections? Seeing none, we're now in voting procedures on Fiscal Bill 5803. By the vote count of 28-0 to 0, Fiscal Bill 5803 passes third reading. Internal committee reports, E&A Committee Chair Grosso.
Hello, everybody. We did not have a meeting this week. I look forward to seeing all the appointments next week. They'll probably be broken up into 2 or 3 weeks. And also the legislative business that we were working on over the summer is going to be postponed until we get through at least the majority of the upcoming appointments.
Any questions for the E&A Chair? Seeing none, GAP Committee, none. LGR Committee Chair Gaudio.
Good evening, everybody. It's been a few weeks since we've last done that. We saw a single absence, which was approved by general consent, as well as 4 blanket excuses, all of which approved 3-0 to 0. Going forward, the committee has come to the decision that absences, when possible, must be submitted 5 academic days in advance. So if you have something coming up, such as, I don't know, a concert, right? Or a birthday or what have you, and you know about that a month in advance, put it in a week in advance. The committee's going to be more stringent for things that you knew about ahead of time and you submitted either last minute or after the meeting. So do keep that in mind. For those interested in the committee, we now meet Thursdays at 4:30 p.m. That's prime time.
That is prime time. Any questions for the LJR chair? Seeing none, SBA committee chair Perez.
Hello, everyone. So SBA has already gotten started on our tabling. We tabled last Friday at Lake Nona, this past Wednesday, yesterday, at Rosen. And then next week, Wednesday, we will be tabling at Downtown Resource Fair. If you guys notice, there's a link. You can click on it. I'm going to encourage all of you to click on that link. If you are available, I'm going to encourage you to write your name in that link and you're going to sign up to table with us. There are shuttle and carpool options. You can join us. You don't have to go alone. Vice Chair Simmons will be there pretty much the whole time, so you will not be tabling alone. And it is indoors, which is such a bonus. So please, if you are available, you don't have to be an SBA. You just have to show up. Pretty please sign up. Thank you. Next, I have our initiative tracker. You guys have been pretty good at filling it out. I just want to encourage everyone to continue to fill out if you have any initiatives. And to encourage people to fill out the initiative tracker, I will now be doing initiative highlights every week. So this week I have Vice Chair Simmons' initiative. She has an e-waste receptacle in the student union initiative. If you have any questions about that, she is meeting with facility operations to get that initiative going. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to her. And that is it for me. Thank you.
Any questions for the SBA chair? Seeing none, confirmations. Is there motion for speeches, questioning, and debate, Chair Barrios?
Move for a 10-5.
There's been a motion for 10-minute speeches, 5-minute questioning, and 5-minute debate. And a second. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we have Daria McNulty for Sergeant at Arms. Come on up.
There we go. All right. Can you hear me? Awesome. I'll make this kind of quick. I don't want to keep y'all here too long. So good evening. I am Chair McNulty. I've been here since last session. A little bit about me. I'm a senator for CECS. I'm in Presidential Leadership Council. I'm in Dean's Leadership Council, all the fun things. So I really have a passion for this campus and the school for everything that's given me. I'm a transfer student. A lot of y'all know anything about me. I've worked at NASA for the past 2 years. I'm a volunteer firefighter. I'm in the Air Force. Again, all the fun things. I'm coming with y'all to want to be Sergeant at Arms, partly because of a lot of my military service. There's a, I don't want to say hierarchy, but from enlisted and officers, and I am enlisted. You don't have a college degree, you're enlisted, and the officers, big boys. And normally they'd be the ones to lay the hammer down if anything goes wrong or any rules. But on the enlisted side, there's been times where you have to step up and put some people in their place. So I have no problem, making sure everything's in quorum, making sure that everyone's following, professional etiquette, make sure everyone's doing right. I don't see this session, just by the look of y'all, there being any issues. So initiative wise, it would be something where something would go wrong, or not everyone's behaving, or then nothing would really change than the initiatives I have as a CECS senator that I've been doing with mentoring other students, making sure they get the right opportunities that I've had. In regards more to being Sergeant at Arms, I know how it works, with the tiers, with the warnings. If you have any concerns or any questions that you want to ask me, I am open to it. So thank you.
All right. Thank you. You're now in line for 5 minutes of questioning. Chair Barrios.
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate and a second. Any objections? Seeing no one, now in 5 minutes of debate. Eli Smith.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that you applied for this. I think this is the perfect position for you. Yeah, I'll be voting in favor and move to vote. Oh,
There's-
just kidding.
Oh.
Just kidding again. Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote and a second. Any objections? Seeing none, we're now in voting procedures. All right, with a vote count of 26 to 0 to 0, Dara McNulty is confirmed for Sergeant at Arms. Congratulations. And you are welcome to come sit up front. We don't have the voting situation figured out just yet. I don't believe we'll be voting on anything for the rest of the meeting. And if we do, you can just walk back. If you'd like to come up, or you can sit there. To internal legislation, notice of legislation on first reading. Proclamation 5804, September 11th Remembrance. Chair McNulty is remanded to SBA. Notice of legislation on second reading. Internal Bill 5806, updates to Title VI General Revisions. Chair Grosso is postponed in committee. Senate Forum. Is anyone wishing to speak in Senate Forum? Chair McNulty. Sergeant at Arms McNulty.
I'll just stay right here and do it. This is more for a reminder. I just got this last minute, thought about it. So for me being in Dean's Leadership Council, it's mainly for CECS, but so what we did was we went to, I believe it was opening night with all the RSOs. So they did all the tabling. We mainly went to the CECS ones, but whenever we talked to them, we were like, hey, we're here for you. What are your concerns? They're all saying, well, spacing, funding, not surprised. But then the next question I would ask is, okay, well, have you talked to your RSO representative, senator that's supposed to email you? And half of them are like, yes, or some of them are like, they emailed me, I emailed them, didn't reach back. So just a reminder, y'all, just make sure you check your emails. We're there representing them. We're there to make them look good as a whole. Because I know it's not just CECS. I'm sure it's other colleges as well. But yeah, that's all.
Anything else in Senate Forum? Seeing none. Senate Deliberation, none. Advisors report. Ashley.
Happy Thursday, good people. All the faces that I saw and have to stare at that screen over there. Very excited to see y'all live and in the flesh. There's not going to be much from me today. Just a couple of things. First, again, so happy to see you all. I'm excited to see what we get to do for fall semester since we are all back and in action for all of our classes and interacting with students, just like Sergeant at Arms McNulty said. A couple of things for me. First, now that we're all here, look up, look to your left, look to your right. There are people that are giving reports and trying to make eye contact with you. I watched it happen all night, but they're looking at the back of heads and the sides of faces. So we are trying to make it so that folks are engaging with one another in any way that we can in this space. And eye contact is part of that, right? I understand the configuration of the room doesn't naturally lend itself in certain positions, but that's why your chairs can turn. They have wheels. Let's use them. So folks, it's easier to digest. I'm not a full auditory person when it comes to information. That's why they have it both written there for you, but it's easier to connect with what the person is saying and be able to say I hear you when you're able to give those affirmative nods of I'm actively listening, right? So now that we are all in person, that gives us the perfect opportunity to start doing that. Yes, please check your emails. That's another thing. I'm engaging in conversations where it's almost known that if we try to share information with some of you via your position emails and sometimes even your student emails, they're not being looked at, right? That is where that should be the primary place that you're getting a lot of information from your constituents, RSOs, as well as myself and your leadership. We're going to use the channels, yes, but also your emails to communicate some things with you all. So if you were away, kind of half engaged, doing what you had to do for yourselves, your profession, all that good stuff for summer, great, fine, love that for you. But now that we're in full swing, let's start practicing that, right? Other things for me, The chamber, we are here. The office, as Ryan said, it is there for you. Please come and say hi and talk to all of us, including me. Also, if you are using the office, make sure you are cleaning up after yourself. I'm already seeing Rogue 7 brew cups and Owalas and things that are making their way in places they don't belong. So this is still an office space, and I want it to be a comfortable and clean office space for you all. Okay. So for the first time for some of us seeing this in Senate in person, it is our National Day of. So drum roll, please. Today, on August 27th, is National Burger Day. So I'm a big burger fan. I'm a smash burger fan in particular. So if y'all have some spots that you recommend to me or the group, feel free to add it to the agenda. Yeah, because we're trying to save time, actually trying to get somewhere. But that's it for me.
Any questions for Ashley? Seeing none, Amanda.
Hello, Senate. It's a pleasure to see you all in person. Welcome back. I know Ashley's trying to get somewhere, so I'm going to keep it short. Thank you all so much for welcoming me into the SG office today. I'm going to be spending Thursdays with you each week, so I'm very excited to see each of you in person on Thursdays. Also, Ashley and I are working to figure out ways that I can help support some of the committees and caucuses, so you're going to be seeing me be more present to channel Ashley and channel Maite. We will all rejoice when Maite is back and Amanda is no longer doing the voting machine, because that's not Amanda's favorite thing. But yes, please welcome Maite back, I think, next week. Okay, great. Thank you.
Any questions for Amanda? Seeing none, we'll move into miscellaneous business. Chair Gaudio.
Mr. Chair, I would like to move to request the Finance Office to conduct an audit of the student union.
There's been a motion to request audits of, sorry, you said just the student union? Of the student union. Is there a second to that motion? Any objections? Seeing none, we can do this in just a speech questioning debate style. Is there a motion for speeches, questioning, and debate? Chair Barrios.
Move for a 10-5-5.
There's been a motion for a 10-5-5 and a second. Any objections? Seeing none, Chair Gaudio, 10 minutes.
I will try to keep this somewhat short to maintain everyone's attention. For those who are unfamiliar of what this is, Title 8, Section 800.15 says, the Student Senate may request an audit of by the Student Government Finance Office by a majority vote on any student government body, student government affiliated agency, or student government affiliated department, which basically means they dig through every single purchase that entity has made within, I believe it is the current fiscal year and then the prior 3 fiscal years. The reason that I'm bringing this up against the student union in particular is that there has recently been a policy change wherein RSOs that request audiovisual technicians, which includes us, by the way, we don't get away, but I'm asking for another RSO who uses the chamber. They are now charging those RSOs money, which is interesting because for those who were here for the budget hearing last year, the student union, and the pro tempore may correct me later if I'm wrong on this, but they received basically everything they asked for. Thank you. So why is the student union now charging student organizations for a service which they previously did not charge for? In addition, as part of the policy, they are now mandating that if you pull in audiovisual, the labor that they bill at, it is a minimum of, I believe, an hour and a half. This RSO that I know that makes use of this chamber and I know would love to use that audiovisual, their minutes are about an hour. So they would now be billed for a half hour that they would not be using these technicians for. Of course, these technicians do deserve to be paid. That is why we give the student union money. However, this now brings up the question of if they got everything that they wanted, why are they now suddenly charging for this labor where they did not before? And then that now pulls up the question of, are they doing this elsewhere? where else may these sorts of decisions be being brought up? And so I did want to wait until the start of fall when everyone is in person and everyone's paying attention. I'm presenting this before the body. I yield the remainder of my time.
Now I'm questioning on the motion.
Just for a clarifying point before we get to that, just so you all know, I'm not sure how this was communicated to the student body generally. So there are two separate entities now when you think about that process. There is the student union as a building, and then there is a new department that is separate from the student union that's called campus venues and events. So these technicians that you're referring to are now lumped under that department that is not necessarily the student union. They still are housed here, right? Because by nature of it, this is still the center of campus, and some of their staff has been moved to where the student union office is. But that department is separate from the entity that is the student union. The student union itself is now overseen by Shane. But that's more so building and facility management. But when you think about staffing of the union, the AV technicians for this space, and otherwise, if you need that service in other spaces, that is a whole other entity that has staff from, yes, the student union. Some of them did move over, but staff that ran the Fairwinds Center in the Alumni Center, and a couple other folks in the restructuring of those spaces. So you'll see that is the entity that is charging you and not the student union, if that makes sense. You could still have your discussion, but just know there is a distinction now for that.
Questioning on the motion. Chair Grosso, D. Lake Hapgood, Chair Barrios.
Can I ask a question to Advisor Sampson?
You may.
So when was that like split done? And if the student union as an organization before that split occurred requests funding, like a certain amount of funding from student government, and then they make an organizational decision to split that and change how people can access that funding and stuff, where's that decision come from? Like, where is that happening? Where are those conversations happening?
That's a very good question. I'm not the person that does that. I think the change, and Amanda, correct me if I'm wrong, happened in the right around the turn of this fiscal year began. And I just know, all I know is that we were told, hey, this change is happening, right? And we adjusted accordingly. So Shane was told, hey, this is an entity. This is what you're going to oversee now with some of that staff. But yes, that change happened. I can speak to when it happened. It was like going into the new fiscal year, and then I think actually went into effect at the turn of the new fiscal year.
And for my recollection, that is accurate. I can look for the email just to confirm.
D. Lake Hapgood.
Yeah, definitely in support of this. That is a weird thing. I don't like charging students for things like that. Do you think in addition to a formal audit, it might be worth it to reach out in a slightly less formal way to this, I'm so sorry, what is it? Campus Venues and Events Department, asking, hey, as maybe through the ELA, like, hey, as SG, we're wondering, our constituents are wondering why this is now being charged for, not in place of the audit, just in addition to maybe.
Well, of course, because now there's two entities at play, one of which we have some control over and the other which we do not. And plus, this now brings up the question of if the SU had previously allocated money for this in the previous fiscal year before this reorganization happened, where's that money going now?
Chair Barrios.
This is a question for you, Mr. Speaker. Are we allowed to amend the motion so that we can ask for an audit from both the student union and the other one? The other one.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to tell me what other one. Oh, yeah, we don't have the authority to audit that as not a student government entity. Audits are tailored, to my understanding, to ANSF funded entities, which CVE is not. Vice Chair Sharif.
I'm not sure if this is like related, but I do work at the RWC, which is also funded by the student government. And so I do know that there's just this summer a lot of internal changes, especially when it comes to staffing. And so I don't know if it's something that we really have the jurisdiction to do. As it's really, I think it's just a general school thing and just free changing of structures.
Further
is the
questions? Oh, yeah, I apologize. Sorry, was that like a question to Chair Gaudio?
That was just a general list.
Okay. Senator Gregg, Senator Leocal.
Question to the speaker.
You may.
So I forget what was it? What was the name of the entity?
Campus
again?
venues and events.
Campus venues and events. Okay, I'm gonna memorize that eventually. Could we request an audit as just part of Florida Sunshine Law? Like that would be allowed for us to do.
I've got the book in my office. I'm going to be honest, I haven't read it. I would have to look into that as to whether we can certainly ask. We can ask whatever we want. Whether they are required to give it to us would be a separate issue and one that frankly probably will not be solved at this meeting. But I'm happy to look at that and get back to you. And we are over on questioning time. So is there a motion, Chair Barrios?
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. And a second, any objections? Seeing none, we're in 5 minutes debate on the motion. Senator Gregg. Yeah.
I support this motion. I think, irregardless of that, I think that's what does matter. I also do think having that audit is useful, regardless for student government, to know what money is being spent on, and to also build off of Zach's point Chair Gaudio, sorry, that we should also look to see where that funding is going this fiscal year, if it was allocated last year, if that's no longer being spent by them. And I encourage everyone else to vote in favor of this motion. Thank you.
Is there any further debate, Chair Barrios?
Yeah, I just want to further hammer this down. If you have a concern, like saying, why aren't we using another way to get this audit? I just want to say, from my own personal experience acquiring audits from what we fund, it is such a nightmare trying to get responses back. So I think this is a very efficient way to ensure that we have this information, because this is student dollars. And I think we should, to Chair Gaudio's point, see what that money is being reallocated towards.
Eli Smith.
I think kind of back and forth. I think I'm gonna not be voting in favor of this motion, just because I feel like this to me is a last case scenario. It's not something that you do immediately. I feel like there are other ways to reach out to this entity and get information from them, setting up meetings, sending emails, that type of stuff before we jump to an audit. That's just my opinions. I don't believe I'll be voting in favor.
Senator Luce, Chair Grosso.
I'll be voting in favor. I mean, the finance office does audits every year, and they just kind of get to choose whichever one they want. So if we have a concern, I don't see why it'd be wrong to, I guess, make that motion and have our concern addressed if it's something that they do anyways. Yeah.
Chair Grosso.
Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote in a second. Any objections? Seeing none, we're now in voting procedure on the motion whether to audit the finance, not audit the finance office, use the finance office to audit the student union. Yes would be to audit, no would be not to audit. Do you like have good?
Sorry, I was going to say this after the meeting, but I can't vote. My thing's not working. Can I go to another seat, or will that cause havoc?
Just email me.
Okay, I did already, actually.
All right, vote count of 24 to 2 to 0. The motion passes. I will send a memorandum tomorrow to the comptroller to notify him, and that will be that. Appointments, I hereby appoint Joshua Leocal to CRT, Nicholas Lush to ENA, Caleb Barrios, Isabella McRae, and Ray Vieira to LJR, Danica Gentile to FAO, and Victoria Jones to the LGBTQ+ caucus. I hereby resign Kalaya Critchfield and Emmanuel Legros from Senate, Nicholas Lucht, Isabella McRae, and Danica Gentile from CRT, Caleb Barrios from ENA, Nicholas Lucht and Jimmy Capinos from FAO, Elias Bell Leahy from SBA, Danica Gentile, Ali Hagenbook, Isabella McRae, and Diana Wynn from Women's Caucus, and Zachary Gaudio from the APIA Caucus. Chair Gaudio, I apologize.
I would also like to move to request an audit of the student government executive branch for the current fiscal year and the past 2 fiscal years.
There's been a motion to request an audit of the executive branch and a second. Are there any objections to that motion? Seeing none, we'll roll with the 1055. Chair Gaudio.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this motion is being brought up more so as so at the student union, there is a directed concern. And when the ANSF budget hearing comes around, we do have a lot of insight into where that money is going. They break it down nicely, like this is OPS, this is operations. And so that was more addressing sort of, I suppose, concerns about that reorganization, where that money now is going. Whereas with the student government executive branch, there is a distinct lack of transparency regarding much of their spending. They do put on many events. However, occasionally I'll notice them putting on events for themselves. And I go, well, where is that money coming from? When they have these events that they put on, how much are they spending on certain services, certain performers, certain workers that they have to come in? Are these reasonable expenses? Because the executive branch gets, I believe, $720,000 in total to, I believe the exact label is student services. They can more or less do whatever they please with it. And so, especially off of the past 2 fiscal years, I want to see a lot of transparency regarding, well, where is this money going? Because that is a notable amount of money. And I yield my time.
All right, 5 minutes of questioning on the motion. Chair Grosso, Vice Chair Sharif.
Are there any events in particular or specific expenditures that you know of that made you raise your eyebrow and bring this forth?
There was one in the 57th session. I forgot which one specifically it was, and I feel terrible. However, there was an event in the 57th session that I looked at and went, do we really need to be doing this? Passing the gavel is one thing, actually. I wonder, that is a much smaller thing. That does have its own budget line, but when they put on passing of the gavel, right? That's an event basically just for SG agents. And so that's not money going to the student body at large. So are whatever their expenditures are on that, is that necessary? Take that and apply it to everything else exec is doing. What are they putting into the office? Are they getting things just for themselves or for the office in general? Because they are, in general, also responsible for a lot of the kind of general getting things for the office.
Vice Chair Sharif.
This is like a general question, but for the executive branch, I know that a lot of those positions are paid. Is that also included in the budget that they are getting?
Yeah, that's one of their budget lines, so would be included in the audit. Yeah.
Thank you.
Chair Barrios.
This is more of like a technical question, but you said exec had like 700K. Exec has 600K. Now, it could just be that it was an error, but if it is actually 700,000, do you know where the other 100,000 is?
I'm remembering this off the top of my head. I don't have the budget bill pulled up. I'm sure I could, or maybe someone else in the room has it pulled up. So
just broadly, it's 598,000 is the number on the most recent budget bill. Vice Chair Wacker.
I believe you mentioned it was this fiscal year and the previous 2. Is there any specific reason for that time range, or is it just standard?
So the most that we can request is current fiscal year, and then the 3 prior. The 2, I felt like 2 is enough.
Any other questions on the motion? Senator Leo Collin.
Move to debate.
There's a motion moved to debate and a second. Any objections? Seeing none, we're now in 5 minutes of debate. D-Lake Hapgood, Senator Licht.
Yeah, I'm going to be in favor of this as well. I actually think it's very much our duty as the legislative branch to, or any branch of any government that is structured this way, to enact our checks and balances. And I'm not saying that we're checking the executive branch's power, but something that you see from most legislative bodies is that they often look at their executive partners and say, hey, can we just have some transparency? And I think that is very much our jobs, and we should do that from time to time. So I will be voting in favor of this motion and of this audit.
Senator Licht.
Yeah, I'll be voting in favor too. I just scrolled back in the finance office teams and they haven't been audited at least in the last 2 years. So I think it'd be a good idea.
Is there any further debate? Chair Barrios.
Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote and a second. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now in voting procedures on the motion. All right, the vote count of 27 to 0. That motion passes as well, and so both will be included. Chair Gaudio, just for my own clarity, it was the past 3 years for the student union and 2 for the executive branch?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Fantastic. Senator shoutouts. Abby, Gabe.
Okay, I have a lot. So first one for Darian. So excited to have you in the speaker's office. Yeah, I'm going to put you on the wall, my Polaroid wall. If you guys want your picture taken, don't come this week. Come next week because I need to get more Polaroid film. But come get your picture taken. You can sign it. Also, guys, please go look at the newsletter. Like, me and Olivia tried so hard, and it's really pretty. So you should go look at it. Also, if you guys want to come get old polos from Owen's office, come get an old polo. They have little sparkles on them. Also, Isabella and Victoria, my friends, my seat buddies. So excited to have you guys back. Mariah and Veronica, you guys have been tabling a lot, and I really appreciate it. And thank you for taking my materials. And then Amanda and Ashley, it was so nice seeing you guys around today, and it always makes me happy seeing Amanda in the office. So
Always shouting out ORS. That's my baby. Sorry. I see a lot of appointments for the other fiscal committees and no ORS, so I better see more the next time we see each other. But anyways, please join ORS. We're fun. I promise. We're not the bad guys. Not really.
Veronica, Adeline, and Aaron.
First, I want to shout out Matthew. He tabled for the first time, and it was at Rosen, and he stayed the whole time, and it was super hot. So shout out to him. And then shout out to my vice chair, Mariah. She does so much. She also tabled outside in the heat the whole time. So both of them, thank you so much. And don't make her table by herself again. You guys should sign up for the downtown resource fair, please.
Shout out Abby and Olivia. I did look at the newsletter. It looks so good. You guys we can tell that there's a lot of work that went into it. And also shout out, I'm so excited for SGLC, guys. And I had another one. Also shout out Amanda because I like talking about shoes with you. But yeah, okay.
Shout out to Smashville Burgers for National Burger Day, and shout out Gabe for holding the line on the College of Business Road. We're so far away, but it's okay.
Josh, Victoria.
First, shout out Abby for the amazing newsletter, and thank you for being so receptive to all my recommendations to SGLC. A lot of my friends saw me and Zay do it last year, so they are wanting to do it. And actually, after this meeting, I have 3 more names I'm going to give you possibly. And then shout out to Amanda. She's my boss in OSI, and it's so great to see her in the office as well. So that warms my heart.
Okay, shout out CRT. Shout out Olivia and Abby for the newsletter. Shout out Caleb because for the past 2 days we've been wearing like similar hats. So, shout out Ashley. Shout out Amanda. Somebody else. Oh, shout out Adeline. She's been doing a great job. So yeah. And then shout out everybody here that's in person.
Zach.
I love my committee. You all are fantastic. I'm sure Stan and Carol are watching. Our 2 fresh appointees in the back. Looking forward to hopefully seeing you on the floor. Yep.
Morgan and Victoria.
I was going to just say shout out to all the new appointed senators. I can't wait to welcome you guys all in with welcome arms. And if you're not here, hopefully you're watching the live stream.
Also, shout out Isabella because I'm glad she's here in person. So.
Any other shout outs? Rishi.
I would say shout out to everyone who made today in this weather. And of course, I'm happy to see everyone. It's my technically first meeting in person. I'm so happy about that. And for whoever who wrote like the burger place, can I have like a suggestion? What should I order?
All of them are good, honestly. They have the single, double, and triple. Depends on if you're feeling like a big back or not. So, I don't know.
Yes, I am.
Plenty of options.
So the
Dave.
triple.
I like their fries. I'm a chud, but sorry. I mean, I like their fries, and the double burger is pretty good too.
Shout outs. Ryan.
Shout out everyone in person. Shout out everyone newly appointed. Shout out Abby and Olivia for the newsletter. Shout out Adeline for taking minutes during Senate Exec today. I really appreciate that. And shout out to my grandparents. They're watching again. I'm going to read a direct text message from my grandma. She said, I want to do a shout out to everyone in the Senate. Good luck during the semester. So that's my shout out.
Shout out to Ryan's grandparents. Shout out to everybody who came to listen to Faculty Senate. It was a good conversation. And shout out to Abby and Olivia for the newsletter, for SGLC, for the dean meetings, all the things. I feel like I don't do anything. They do everything. It's great. And shout out to the two of you for staying. We look forward to getting to know you over the next couple of weeks. Kaufman's Cradle.
Get excited today. I know it's not in there. Now it's in there. We got a very special episode of Kaufman's Cradle today. First in person. Here we go. Zach.
Owen Sherman.
Classic. Josh.
Okay, I'm going to say this is most likely Morgan.
Okay, you got to vote for Morgan. Gabe?
Nicholas Lush.
The two classic answers out of the way. Victoria?
I think it's Isabella.
Isabella? One vote Morgan, one vote Isabella?
I think it's Isabella.
All right. Isabella? Morgan? Abby?
It's Isabella. I just looked at her eyes.
Isabella? Morgan?
I think it's Josh.
All right. Dorian?
I think it's Cameron.
All right. Any other guesses for the cradle? Because everyone's wrong, it's Ashley tonight. Yeah, we're starting off strong.
I will take a motion. Senator Leo Cal.
Motion to adjourn pending final roll call.
There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call and a second. Any objections? Seeing none, Chair Gaudian.
Hagenbuck.
Present.
Reed. Olivia Smith.
Present.
Casimiro.
Present.
Capanos. Wacker.
Present.
Jane. Sherman.
Present.
Danae Smith. Belulehi.
Present.
Gentile.
Present.
Greg.
Present.
Kaufman. Licht.
Present.
McNulty. Miller. Patel.
Present.
Rashid. Rubio.
Present.
Thompson.
Present.
El Harak. Kanuja. Krinova. Hader. Leokal.
Present.
Phillips.
Present.
Legros. Beauvais. Montañez. Wynn.
Present.
Habgood. Perez.
Present.
Barrios.
I'm here.
Grosso.
Present.
Jones.
Present.
Matthews.
Present.
McRae.
Present.
Nurse-Madevra. Randa.
Present.
Sharif.
Present.
Simmons.
Present.
Vieira.
Present.
Zibin. Colossus. 29 out of 45.
All right, I adjourn this meeting at 8:42 p.m. Have a good weekend.
Ah, that was quick and painless.
Yep. I got what I wanted.
Swag. So that's what you'll be dealing with for the next however long you decide to stay.
So is there another college and nursing chair?
There is one. It is Diana has that seat, so you'll be sitting next to Diana wherever she went.
You see the 6-7 chair? I think so. So, yeah, right. Okay. All right.
Where is chair 13 for engineering?
CECS sits over there. Got it. Okay. So somewhere over there. Okay, seat 13. That used to be my seat.
Oh, really?
Yep. I used to be seat 13. Hello, Mr. Barrios. Looking sharp. You know, all you're missing, right? You look like you're about to go to a World War I memorial service. Just drop the sunflower for a coffee.
There you go.
It's nice to you guys will eventually be in that little conglomerate we have. So.
Yeah. Yep. Hello. And goodbye.
I was meaning to ask you.
Yep.
Do you think that it would be a wise idea to post those spreadsheets?
I will leave that decision up to you. It kind of doesn't mean anything one way or like you can if you want.
Well, like the reason I say that is because what if I don't know if that's the most recent one. That's just the one that was sent. So I could be misdirected.
5 slices of pizza if anybody's interested.
I guess we could wait for the official ones. You know, like well, that's up to you because honestly, the real reason that I'm requesting it is for the budget committee, right?